Hey guys, this is Suncor Tarot and I am back again with another pick a card reading. This time we're going to be looking at what channeled messages do your spirit guides have for you. Spirit guides, spirit team, universe, God, whatever you want to call it. What do the higher powers have for you as a message? And so I was called to do this reading because I could feel like I had a lot of different sort of messages that were trying to peek through in the various different, mainly love readings that I've been doing. So, that just sort of signaled to me that there were just other sort of messages that had to come out, and probably pretty general messages, or pretty, a wide range of topics in these messages. So that's what I'm expecting. So there's probably going to be multiple themes that come out in each group. There's probably going to be multiple messages that your spirit guide, spirit team would like to convey to you. But so we have 3 piles for you to choose from, and really try to match your energy to the energy of the piles. So go to whichever pile you feel like contains your energy, like you just as a person. So these little things, these little trinkets that we have on the bottom to choose from, they're meant to just sort of convey your energy on like a soul level. And then these cards are supposed to represent your current energy, so sort of like the transient energy that you're currently embodying. So pile 1, you have this little star Christmas ornament of Santa that I hand painted, and your card of your current energy is the Fool. Pile number 2, your little trinket person for, your energy on a soul level is the Penguin Christmas ornament, and your current energy is the Sun. In pile number 3, you have a little gorilla keychain as the energy of your soul on a soul level, yourself on a soul level. And then your current energy is represented by the World. So take your time to choose which piles. I'm really inclined to urge you guys to try and choose just one pile, because we are going to be getting a bunch of different messages that come out. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some overlap between the different groups. But yeah, of course, only watch whichever readings or whatever piles you are drawn to and that you do resonate with. And only take the messages that you resonate with. So if something doesn't sit right with you, or if you just simply even don't like something that I'm saying, my recommendation is to click out of the video and to find a different reader. I think that I'm here to deliver messages. I don't really want to worry too much about the people that I'm delivering those messages to not being able to handle it. So, not to sound too harsh, but if you have negative energy towards this reading or any readings that I do, and you want to act on that negative energy, I think that whatever action you should do should be just redirecting yourself to a different tarot reader. Because yeah, you guys are in control of absolutely everything. So I mean, if you're choosing to just comment something negative or to send negative energy to someone, that's a conscious choice that you are making. So there's an energy of just be aware of what actions you're consciously taking. But so I will see you guys in your readings on that note. So see you later. Hey, pile 1, if you chose the Fool and this little Santa Claus Christmas ornament, this will be your reading about just a lot of different channeled messages from your spirit guides and spirit team. So this Fool card, this is the current energy that you're in. It says good friends, happiness, needing to take a giant leap forward. So And then your energy is just sort of this little Santa Claus guy. Look at him. He's so happy and jolly, and he's inside this little star. So the energy that I'm getting is I feel like you're just in a really receptive energy right now. You're in an energy where you're just trying to go forward and experience new things. You're looking around. It's a nice balance of you're not desperate for new things and new energies. You're not, desperately seeking out things and trying to make the wrong things work. You're more so just in a very receptive energy where you will accept invitations, put yourself out there when you feel you have the energy and you feel motivated to, but just overall have a nice balance between you actioning some new things and you receiving new things that other people or other situations that are offered to you. So that's a very nice energy to be in. So the Fool is all about new beginnings, good friends, happiness, needing to take a giant leap forward. So needing to take a giant leap forward, that was kind of a contradictory energy than what I was intuitively picking up on. Well, I'll say what I was intuitively picking up on was that you are taking a lot of little steps and you're making a lot of just little progress towards things. Like, look at this little Santa Claus guy. He's just putting these little tiny toys in his sack one by one. I was getting the energy that you're just you're making a lot of great little steps. You're going out with your friends. Maybe, if you're wanting to meet other people, maybe you're going out with your friends when they're meeting up with people that you don't know yet. So you're putting yourself out there, you're being receptive to things, but it's not like if you don't vibe with the people, you're not going to force yourself to vibe with them. So, or you're not going to delude yourself into thinking that you do vibe with them. So you're going to be honest, but it's like, yeah, you're doing little things, or, it's like you putting yourself out there and asking these people that you just randomly meet one day, or like a coworker that you think you could be friends with, it's you like asking them to go hang out with you, or if they want to do something with you sometime. So it's you like taking little steps, it's not you taking big steps and doing big things, but it's you taking little steps towards just bringing in new energy towards your life and experiencing new things. But this is saying needing to take a giant leap forward. So I'll pull tarot cards, of course, right now on the actual channel messages from your spirit guides, but I'm very interested to know if there is really a message about needing to take some steps forward, or needing to make to action some sort of bigger change than what you're doing now, or if you're okay with the energy that you have, and maybe it's the universe that's giving you a big change. We'll see. So let's get pile 1. What is... Oh, I just saw the Fool pop out. It's hard to shuffle when I'm sitting this way on camera. But let's see, pile 1. What is pile 1's... What do pile 1's spirit guides want them to know? What do pile 1's spirit guides want them to know? Let's find out. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, I think it's very much like a big step forward is just going to be like forced upon you, or it will be given to you and you will experience it, basically. That's so this is what it is. Let's get a clarifier for this card. The Fool. Wow, that's incredible, because you have, look, you have the Fool right there, and you have it again, the Fool. That's a beautiful synchronicity, and this card was also popping out to me while I was shuffling the deck. So, oh my gosh, I mean, some sort of new energy. Wow. I mean, and they're being so vague. I said, I mean, of course, like, this Wheel of Fortune is, there's gonna be a big change, and then, like, I've asked what change, and it's just like a super new change. And I mean, let's examine the differences between these cards. So this Fool is a much more nonchalant, like la di da, like looking up energy, and that's the current energy that you're in. But I mean, the channel message that I have for you is that you're going to be undergoing a new, bigger change. And what's the difference in that change? So this one, you know, there's a cliff, and there's a cliff above him, and it is giving an energy of sort of blocking the path, but then he's not even really noticing it, he's just smelling his flower. So let's see what that message has for you. So I mean, there's some energy of, like, look, there's nothing, this Fool doesn't have anything in front of him really here, it's just flat, barren land. But this Fool has a huge cliff right in front of him, but it's like, it looks like he's walking at the cliff, but like actually he's like turning and walking like this way, and so he's walking in front of the cliff. But I mean, it's hard to see that, and so I mean, there's some sort of, oh my gosh, wait, okay, so this is a beautiful message that's coming out. So there's an energy of like the little steps, the little things that you're doing right now, how you're acting receptively and how you're putting yourself out there. But you have like a beautiful balance of putting yourself out there and trying to make things happen, but also, you know, recognizing when you need to sit back, you need to rest, you need to focus on other things. Maybe sometimes you need to focus on self-care, maybe sometimes you need to focus on personal interests and hobbies, maybe sometimes you need to focus on career, maybe sometimes you need to focus on, like, you know, just family, life things, having fun with loved ones, socializing. But I mean, so I think that there's just, you're finding a beautiful balance in your life, and or that's like currently the journey that you're on, and that's the message. I mean, no, that's the energy that you have. It's a beautifully wise energy. I'm so proud of you, let me just say, because I mean, like, to have the Fool come up twice, it's not giving me energy of you guys are super foolish. It's giving me energy of you guys are so wise that you like have the wisdom to know when to be the Fool. Like, always, you know, you're so wise that you can always embody this like inquisitive, childlike, exploring energy, where you just like try to experience new things, but also, you know, just make the most out of life. And it's almost like hedonism, you know, and you've just perfected the ability to be like a sustainable hedonist almost. Like, you're able to and a hedonist is just someone who like takes part in just like only the pleasurable parts of life. So I think that you're someone who you've gained so much wisdom, and you're so you're creating so much balance in your life that you are just able to reach such consistent like feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. And I mean, that's not to say you may have like, you know, mental health issues. Many people do, but you know, I still just think that you know that you're wise, and you know sort of that you're creating a beautiful balance in your life, and a much needed balance in your life. I think that this energy is very much needed. I don't think it's an energy that you've been able to have for your whole life. I think it's something that you're a little bit newly stepping into, or you're newly being very stable in your ability to, you know, have a lot of self-respect and a lot of balance in all different areas in your life. And I'm here to tell you that that ability to balance that way is what is making this Fool sort of automatically turn his feet and walk towards, like, away from this big huge cliff and just towards the like beautiful mountains that are inevitably behind it. Because look at how far away this Fool is from everything. This Fool is up close and personal with all, you know, with all of the potential of his life, basically. And so I mean, I think that the message for you is that you are very much on the right path in having this balance and maintaining this balance in your life. You are effortlessly just sort of gearing yourself and steering yourself towards the manifestations that you want. I'll get some more clarifying energy actually on what it actually it is that you're walking towards. Let me get a clarifying card for that. A clarifier for the clarifier. So let's see, what is it that pile 1 is walking towards? The moon. So it's something that's kind of supposed to be hidden, but something that is going to be a lot bigger than what you're used to. So I mean, like, look, so this is giving me the energy. We have the two different animals here, and this reading is giving, and this message is giving me the energy. Look at how there's like this other little dog right here. So it's making me think that, you know, this dog is connected to one of these dogs, maybe both of them. But I feel like, so there's definitely an aspect of this that is supposed to be hidden and that will be hidden, but also it's just kind of the fact that, hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Okay, so it's like all of the little energy that you put in to balancing out your life. And it could be it's energy that you put towards yourself, energy that you put towards, you know, your career, any energy that you expend that ultimately goes towards you creating some sort of balance in your life. And you're, like, that energy is going to come back to you, probably like twofold. And it's going to be an energy of change, beautiful intended manifestation, or maybe beautiful surprise manifestation. So basically what I'm saying is, throughout your life, or recently especially, you've been putting in a lot of energy, a lot of little bits of consistent energy towards creating balance in your life. And all of those little bits of energy are going to be mirrored in the big change that comes to you soon. And I'm going to try and get as much information about this change as I can, but obviously I'm being told that a lot about it is hidden because we have the moon, and when I literally tried to clarify the Fool, I tried to clarify what he's walking towards, and you get the message that it's something that is being obscured and being covered. So that was a quite literal message, and I do love it when the replies in the cards are quite literal. And let me also say, I'm just noticing this now, that all 3 of the cards that have come out for you are major arcana. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune already is telling me that this is a big, beautiful, intense, immense, life-changing change that will come into your life. But I mean, the fact that they're all major arcana just like reaffirms that to me, like threefold, you know, because 3 major arcana. But okay, so I'm gonna actually get, I'm gonna get the energy of whatever it is that's coming through. So let's see how much time have we had. So this is, I mean, yeah, so this is, I think that for the most part we're mainly just having this single message that is coming through, because I mean, but this is going to be something that changes just like the foundation of your life, you know, whatever big change is coming in. It's going to be something that is given to you. It's going to be something that has the energy of you just stumbling upon it. It has the energy of it just being sort of unveiled to you, just like randomly in the middle of the night or something. Like maybe you have a dream about this before it comes in. That could be a message for some of you. I'm getting very airy energy from this, though, like, as in you could have airy energy, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But so let's see, what is the energy of this Wheel of Fortune big change that's coming through? But yeah, it's going to be something that just rocks your world, something that changes, yeah, just your foundation of life, basically, like the way that you live and the way that you feel. Like, it changes just your baseline quality of life, truly. So let's see what pile 1, the energy of this big change. Wow. Of course, we have miracles. It's gonna feel like a miracle. Miracles in Gaia. Oh my gosh, so you know what's coming to mind? The Paulo Coelho quote from the book The Prophet of, the concept of the universe, the world conspiring in your favor to bring this big change meant for you. And Gaia is talking about Mother Nature. Gaia is energy of the earth. It's energy of just like going out in the sun, feeling connected to the earth, being near a body of water, and just feeling the sun on your skin and feeling like the Mother Nature is giving you a hug. That is the energy of Gaia. It's like an omnipresent, like all over omnipotent energy, something that is like surrounding, something that's just in the air, something that you cannot escape, something intangible, and just like a sort of like the unifying energy between us all. It's the concept of just feeling so close to all that you touch and all that surrounds you and life in general. And so this is definitely a change that is going to change literally the air around you. It is going to change just it's almost gonna feel like you're living in an alternate universe, because it's just going to change truly like the very fiber of your being. And I mean, once again, we're not getting specifics about any aspect of this change, so, but I mean, it is going to be something big, you guys. And so because it is big, this could be something that's a little bit of a long time coming. You do have 2 fools, which just gives me the energy of, you do have like a long terrain to walk across before you stumble into this change, but it is going to be something that you stumble into, which will be ironic because it's going to be a huge life-changing event. So it's going to be something like instant fame or rapid fame, or just meeting like a twin flame, like a twin, not even a soulmate, meeting someone like a twin flame, but or just literally like winning the jackpot. Literally, that is this energy, that it is winning the lottery. Like, it is the energy of just suddenly somehow feeling like one of the luckiest people in the world. So if you chose this pile, blessed. You are blessed. Lucky, lucky, lucky people. I'm gonna get if any other card wants to come out. Let's see. Does any other card want to come out? This card did. Perception. So, let's see. I'm feeling like, yeah, I think that one message that I could be meaning to deliver to you is that it is going to take a little bit. And so you are meant to sort of have like foresight about this, you're meant to be able to sustain this balanced energy. And it's going to be hard, I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have to, be able to have the wisdom and maturity to know that that sometimes maybe you feel a little bored in trying to keep balance, and maybe you go out and try to seek like, karmic excitement or something. So that could be something like maybe you just like go out and you just like want to start dating this person and say that they're the love of your life, but you kind of know that it's just because you're feeling antsy waiting. And so there's an energy of like, you need to, and you also will. Like, you do, I can already tell you have the mature enough energy. You have the wisdom, wise energy. So you're going to do this. But you are just, right now I'm meant to remind you that you're just going to have to inevitably go through cycles of feeling a little hopeless. And that's just something that everyone sort of experiences. And it does suck and it hurts and it's hard to pull yourself out of that. But inevitably, I think you will, this wheel will turn, and I think that you will pull yourself out of any just transient moments of despair, and you're going to remind yourself, no, I'm a deeply intuitive person. I know what I deserve, and so I know that I'm going to just create this balance in my life. I'm going to have my standards. I'm going to only pursue people, things, opportunities that meet the standards that I have already in place for myself. And so you are going to have to be in that energy for a little bit before this big, huge, monumental change comes in. But like, trust me, when it comes in, it comes in. It's going to rock your world. And maybe because it is like you stumble upon it, maybe it does take, it takes maybe a little bit of time. It takes a hot second to just like truly unfold and expand and explain and demonstrate to you how exactly monumental of a change it's going to have in your life. But like, once you start to understand how important it is, you're gonna realize it's really important. It's like, once you see it, but then there's one point, like there's one moment where you see it and you know this is going to just, it's gonna change me forever. Wow, and so let's get some advice for you guys. I mean, and then I just looked over and I saw the tower just popping up at the bottom of the deck over there. So I mean, yeah, that's the energy that it's gonna have for you. And I think there's a reason why this was on the bottom of that deck and why it didn't come out, because I think that, I think one, you're not supposed to think that this is imminent and this is happening soon, because I don't think it's happening that soon. I think it's happening in a little bit. So by little bit, I mean I'm gonna give it minimum 8 months. I think for most of you guys it'll be around the 1 to 2 year mark, but minimum 8 months. But yeah, I'm gonna pull some advice for you guys. But yeah, I think the Tower card this reading does have the energy of the Tower. Like, a tower is gonna come in, but it's gonna be the energy of like a big uprooting change in your life, because you're being given something, because you find something, because you come across what was naturally like your birthright. I think that you guys could really have messages in the book The Prophet by Paulo Coelho, because it's also giving me the energy of when the main character stumbles upon this tree that he had come across before, that like I think it has like a treasure or something buried for him, but it was something like he just stumbled across in the desert. He stumbled across like this treasure, or this thing that was like divinely meant to be on his path. The universe conspired to bring him to that exact spot, and that's what this exact situation is going to be. So let's see what advice we have for you. Oh, and then I'm gonna pull some Scrabble cards. I was really excited about this reading because I have some new things planned. So let's get some advice about this. Pile 1, advice about this channeled message, or maybe just random other advice, because you did just have one big channeled message. You didn't have a bunch of little channeled messages. The Wheel of Fortune coming out first, like, it was just like, nope, shut it down. We need to focus on this. But let's get any other advice that your spirit guides want you to know. Pile 1. What advice? I do love that the Perception card came out. Phoenix, how's that for happily ever after? Wow, you guys. How's that for happily ever after? That is a synchronicity if I did ever see one. A synchronicity if I did ever see one. That's the exact energy. I think I referenced the Phoenix. I said Phoenix, it's maybe. I've been doing a lot of readings recently. I know I said Phoenix recently, but that is the energy that this is giving me. It's the energy of, death, of, you are closing out things that you're meant to close out. You have a beautiful balancing energy right now of closing down cycles, cutting off people, but then also seeking out new people, seeking out new things, new experiences, trying to learn different things, different lessons, going through new cycles. Not to say that you're going to get stuck in another cycle, but just to say, you're learning lessons, you're going on your path, you have a very carefree energy. You're not taking life too seriously. You have that energy of like an eternal learner, you know, like an eternal student. You're like, I'm just gonna be here. I'm going to try to make friends. I'm gonna try to see the best in people. I'm gonna try to recognize when I have on rose-colored glasses and I'm seeing too good in people, or I'm seeing the good that isn't there in people, or I'm just not seeing how they're mistreating me. And I'm going to try my best to learn my lessons and learn how to have boundaries and learn to respect myself and love myself and just have a good time while I'm doing it. And that's a beautiful energy to be in. How's that for happily ever after? I mean, you're just gonna have, you are gonna have a happily ever after. And I mean, look, it's like this girl is summoning the wind. She's summoning the change around her. She's summoning the change in the air around her. She's summoning newness like a witch. And that's what you are unconsciously doing by establishing balance in your life, by, you know, every little bit of energy. Every time you say no to your friends when they're doing something fun, but you know that you're just tired and you don't have the energy to do it. Every time that you sort of overcome your FOMO, you know, like because maybe you are really tired, you can't do this thing, but you want to, but you know that if you did, you would ultimately feel even worse, you know, or you would regret something. So, I mean, there's an energy of just like every time you do something like that, every time you treat yourself to a little massage, every time that you know, really put in a lot of effort towards your career in a way that fulfills and satisfies you and makes you proud. Every time you know, do a little hobby and just feel giddy and excited. Every time that you indulge in a beautiful TV show that you love. And that is just like each of those things is just a little strand, a little change in the air around you that is going to lead to something bigger, a bigger monumental change that is going to be brought about because you are dedicated to elevating your quality of life. Ah, what a beautiful message to come out. Yeah, but okay, pile number 1, I think that's what I have for you. Your reading was, oh wait, no, we have more Scrabble. Don't leave yet. We have more Scrabble. I have a big thing of Scrabble letters, and I'm gonna try to get some messages, and maybe, you know, you could see this as initials, your initials, to, you know, as potential confirmation, but I'm mostly gonna be trying to write some words. So let's see. Let's get some messages from pile number 1, spirit guides. I have an O. Alright, I got a few because I did want to try and like quite literally make words. So I'm going to actually clear away these cards just so that we have some room. Beautiful cards though, you guys. So excited for you. But yeah, hold on, you know, like maintain this balance, maintain this energy of balancing your life because, you know, and know that every time you give energy to balancing your life and elevating your quality of life, that energy is going to come right back to you in how abundant this change is and this manifestation is. And I still don't know what it is, but it's going to be something that changes your whole world. But okay, let's see what you have. Oh my god, right off the bat, you have so many E's. So many E's. So your name could really have E's in it, or you could have multiple E's in your name. 4 E's. Or I'm also getting just like, E! Like you're going to be so excited. And then like, ooh, oh my gosh, you guys really do. E! It's going to be E! And then ooh! And then, oh my gosh. That's so exciting, you guys. It's gonna, like, this is just your squeals of excitement when this thing comes in, or when you realize how much it's gonna change you, you know? This is like, if it, it's something that it's something that is one physical, like it's a physical thing, it's a career opportunity. It's you publishing, or like releasing a song online, or it's you, having a date with a person, but then it's something that ends up changing your entire world. So it's you marrying that person and them being your divine counterpart, or it's you, like, and that it's you taking off in that career and like ending up owning that company or something, and then it's you, like, that song going viral. So I'm getting, but yeah, it's something it's going to be one small physical thing that you stumble across that's just going to like catapult, or what's the phrase, uh it's going to avalanche, it's going to create an avalanche of change, it's going to snowball into something else. So I'm getting wise. Wise, yeah, that's you. You have a wise energy. And you're being called to maintain that wise energy. You're being called to, really appreciate yourself too. Appreciate and love yourself for treating yourself so well. You're treating yourself so well, Pile 1. I'm so proud of you. Nan, this could be random, but some of you guys could have like a passed on grandmother, great grandmother, mother figure, aunt figure that is really like a spirit guide for you, who is watching over you. Yeah, they have a very maternal energy towards you, a very soft, humorful energy towards you, and they're definitely one that is helping bring in this big monumental change for you. So I'm also getting hoax, and this is just, another energy of, for example, if you have an inkling of a thought that this could be a twin flame coming in, this is giving you the warning: watch out for false flames, false twins. Watch out for, I'm even feeling, we don't have a T, but it's almost like I'm seeing twin, but look, we have a win. So it's like, watch out. Watch out for some hoaxes. Watch out for some fake energies. Watch out for some false opportunities. Especially, they'll come about when you're feeling antsy, when you can tell that you are in an energy of being a little bit desperate, or when you know that you're like, it's like, it's giving me the energy of like, if you're someone who like doesn't really like dating apps, but maybe sometimes when you're really just like feeling, I don't know, maybe like really HORNY, or maybe really lonely or something, or really just, yeah, like really fed up with being single, you'll download Tinder and you'll swipe, but then eventually you'll be like, ugh, no, I know, this isn't for me, and you'll delete it again. It's giving me like that energy. It's like, watch out, maybe when you're swiping randomly on Tinder after you download it in frustration one day, maybe you see someone who really piques your interest and they like start messaging you, and maybe it's someone like that you've dealt with exactly as someone like them in the past on Tinder, but you're forgetting sort of that that's an energy, that's a cycle that you've closed out, that's an energy that you know that you don't want to deal with anymore. And so it's just like, sort of beware of like false deceptive energies, and I think that you are going to be aware of it, but it's like, save yourself the pain, save yourself the hassle, don't even engage with it. It's like, maybe you can swipe on Tinder, maybe even message this person, but it's like, don't put yourself through the emotional burden of going out and having dinner with them and emotionally connecting with them, and then later realizing that they're just like another F boy, F person. But like, you are gonna win. You are gonna have like the ultimate outcome. Like you're gonna win. Like, you're gonna get the true manifestation. It's also wine. You could like to drink, you could meet this person, or oh my god, meet this person. So some of you could definitely be hoping that this is, or expecting this to be like a big twin flame relationship or something. So you could potentially meet this person, or if it is like a business partner, or like if you're like a songwriter and you meet a song producer, it could be, yeah, you just meet them like in a club or something, in a very social sort of setting. I'm also getting wing, and this is reminding me of like Buffalo Wild Wings. So like, it could be that you like meet them in like a yeah, just like a bar type thing like that. Oh, I'm also getting slang. So maybe it could be that you guys come from just like sort of different areas in the same region, or just different places. Like there could be just some things, like I think that you guys are different, but the main ways that you're different are just in like the little things. So maybe you guys like sort of dress kind of differently. So maybe one of you is a jock and maybe the other one's like goth or something. Or maybe it's like yeah, like maybe one, for example, has a New York accent, and maybe the other has a Southern accent, or the other just doesn't have an accent. But yeah, so there's something that's just like a little different about both of you. It could be, like economic status, so maybe one of you um, or more like middle class, maybe the other one's more like higher class or something, or middle class and then lower class. But I think that there is just going to be something, but honestly, I'm getting that it's probably going to be something a little smaller than that. So maybe it's something like one of you dresses nicely, the other one dresses not so nicely, but you guys both are like sort of in the same income bracket. But yeah, that's what I'm having for you guys, pile number one. So you guys are gonna have a big monumental change that comes in, and it's gonna come in after a while, after you like steadfastly, consistently, focusing on balancing out your energy and filling up your cup in all aspects of your life, in all areas: love, career, family, relationships, social, self-care, spiritual, etc., academic, everything, everything. You are going to put in tireless work towards it. And it's not going to feel like tireless work though, because it's just going to be you making your life exactly the life that you want it to be. And so it's just going to be, you're just going to feel like you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. It's not really going to feel like work. But yeah, so that's what I have for you guys, pile one. If you liked this reading, feel free to like, comment. Definitely, though, I would urge you guys to subscribe just to know when I will be posting readings. And because, if you do resonate with this reading, then I will definitely my guess is I'll definitely be channeling your energy in other readings as well. So definitely subscribe to know when I will be posting readings and to stay up to date. But and let me know if you guys have any recommendations on readings you would like me to see, because I am kind of running out of ideas. But yeah, so if you like this reading, like, comment, subscribe. But I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2, if you chose this little penguin and the sun card, this will be your reading all about channeled messages from your spirit guides. So, your current energy is the sun, and this little blurb at the bottom says, sorry about that, but this little blurb at the bottom says, enjoy self-fulfillment, good health, and vitality. You will receive help from external sources. So if this card is supposed to be the current energy that you're in, the sun card, normally in the sun card it shows 2 little kids playing near this big sun with a face on it. But in this sun card, there's like a lot of little kids playing beneath this big sun. And so I get that the energy that you're currently in is very sort of celebratory and joyous in a way that is like communal. So I think that right now you're probably in an energy where you really love being around the people that you love being around. So the people that you're closest to, the people that feel like family. Oops, sorry, I'm holding it pretty below the camera. But I think that the people that you're closest to right now, you're really spending a lot of time with them. And I think that spending a lot of time with them is something that can help bring back this vitality and this childlike sense of like just giddiness and excitement about living life. So instead, You know, it could be that you are sort of fighting off the energy of feeling stagnant. Maybe things just aren't really moving in your life. Maybe things have just been still for a while, you know, like your job's the same, your friend group's the same, maybe your relationship status is the same. Nothing's really changing. And I think that if you're feeling a little fed up with that energy, there's definitely the message that spending quality time with the people that you care the most about will really help take you out of that energy, or just it'll help reinvigorate some aspect of excitement back into your life so that you don't just feel like you're standing still. Okay, and then I mean you have the little penguin guy for, you know, your energy on a soul level. And so the energy of the penguin, it's funny because you have the sun, but then the penguins honestly, or the penguins obviously live, well, they live where it's cold, but not necessarily cloudy. So I think that, yeah, there could be an aspect of maybe, it's like there's a little shell that you need to crack open to release your, like, childlike inside. So I think that maybe, you know, it could be that when life is stagnant, it's really easy for you to fall back into an old version of yourself that just sort of let life pass you by and feel very just sort of apathetic to things. Almost like a depression, sort of, but not like clinical depression or anything like that, like metaphorical. But I mean, I think that, you know, so something that can, but I think that you taught yourself how to get yourself out of that energy and how to, you know, reinstate some sort of like childlike, carefree, lighthearted nature to your personality. But, you know, yeah, I think that sort of went along with, I think that you were making a lot of changes in your life, and it was easy to sort of get yourself to feel more carefree and to feel more excited about life because you were making changes in your life. And I think that now the changes they're sort of settling down. Your life is a little still, a little repetitive, a little stagnant. And I think that maybe it's getting easy for you to fall back into the old patterns of uncaringness and just going with the motions. So I think that you're being called to really reconnect with the people around you, to help bring out that childlike side and to crack that shell. Because I think that that's something like a shell that's already been cracked, something that's already been dealt with. But I think it's just sort of when life gets really boring, it's hard for you to keep up this newfound like excitement and childlike giddiness. But okay, so that was pretty interesting. Let's see. I mean, those were definitely some messages from your guides right off the bat. Six of Cups staring me in the face upside down as I cut the deck to shuffle. But I mean, yeah, so that was definitely some messages from your spirit guides, just basically saying, if you're feeling a little hopeless about life, or if you're feeling a little down because things are just like the same, you're being called to reconnect with how the same things can still be so beautiful, i.e. reconnect with, you know, people that bring a lot of joy to you, people that bring a lot of excitement to you. Maybe there are some friends that you do really fun things with a lot of the times, or, you know, just like a specific set of friends that you always have a good time with, or that you are always down to go on an adventure with. You're being called to like reconnect with them, and that can help bring you out of this sort of like low energy, apathetic type energy that you're in. So that was definitely a message from your guides. But let's see, pile pile too, but yeah, I think that it also could be, if there's like a hobby or something that it's not that you love to do when you were super young or something and you fell off of it, but if it's something that you like usually do consistently, but that you've just sort of haven't felt like you're in the mood to do it recently, I think you are being called somewhat to try and get yourself to do it. I mean, of course, if you're not in the mood, you're not in the mood, but I mean, I think that there's some energy where it's just hard for you to transition to get yourself to do things. And so it's like, but once you do transition and do bring yourself to do these things, like you do get in the mood for them. So maybe it's like you're like, oh, life is boring and stagnant. I don't feel like calling up these people and going on an adventure with them. But my life is so stagnant. But I mean, so I think your spirit guides are saying, well, if your life is stagnant, then even if you don't feel like doing this, like if this is something that's brought you happiness in the past and has brought you out of stagnant energy in the past and brought excitement to you and fulfillment, you're being called to try and step back into that and give it another shot and let it try to elevate your frequency one more time. Let's see, what other messages does pile number two's spirit guides have for them? Two of Pentacles. Hold on, sorry. It's like so weird when I channel because I really do just sort of like forget what I say because things just sort of like flow through me. So hold on, I'm trying to like backtrack and remember the message that I literally just delivered to you guys. So we were talking about the penguin. Oh yeah, so it's like hanging out with other people. Okay, so yeah, I think that you have the Two of Pentacles energy, so it's just a little bit more like a little bit of the same message-ish. So I mean, yeah, it's like you're in a stagnant energy, and I think that you're juggling something. So you have some choices before you. You can stay in your stuck energy, and you can go through the motions. And I think regardless, you're gonna be going through the motions. I don't think that you're really gonna be getting yourself out of this energy, because I think that this is just simply, this is where your life's at. And I mean, life goes through ebbs and flows. They go through, periods of intense changes and then periods of just stagnation. And right now you're simply going through a period of stagnation. And so I think that there is something, you're juggling a few decisions. One of these decisions I'm getting is, I think that for some of you, you may be a little confused, and you may be thinking that because you're so stagnant right now, you need to make things happen and you need to change something up to get out of that energy. And and instead of thinking that the solution lays in having fun with people and reconnecting with, things that bring you childlike joy and happiness, instead I think you're more so thinking, oh, I need to cut something out of my life and I need to bring something new in. Or you're thinking just like, oh, I need to just change something completely. Like this guy's only looking at one pentacle, he's not even looking at the other pentacle. It's an energy, you're not seeing something. You're attributing the problem to the wrong thing. I mean, first of all, you're assuming that this stagnation is a problem at all, it is not. It's just simply the point that you're at in your life, you've made the changes before, and now you're at the point where you're comfortably building a foundation in those changes that you made until it's time to change something else. But I mean, I think, so you're not looking, I mean, you're seeing it as a problem. First of all, that you're in stagnation, but then also you're thinking that, oh, how I can change this stagnation is I can just, quit my job, or I can just break up with this person, or I can start dating someone new, or I can, I don't know, like change my program. It's something like you're uncomfortable staying still because you just are assuming something's wrong. And so you feel like that means you need to just like get rid of something and do something almost like kind of drastic to change things up. But you're not realizing that the choice that you should be choosing between is, you know, having fun with people and loved ones and things that bring you childlike joy versus cutting something out of your life. And the pentacle you're supposed to be looking at is definitely, the sun type energy of reconnecting with things and people that bring you childlike joy. So I think that's really a message that your spirit guides have for you in that Two of Pentacles. It's that you're juggling. I think that you may be either currently in a period or be coming up on a period in your life where you're feeling a little stuck, and so and you feel like things are a little too still, but things are still for a reason. And I mean, I think it is sort of the energy of the calm before the storm, like you're never going to be in this still energy for too long, and usually it is right when we're feeling a little too antsy, staying in that still energy, that's when some big change happens. And I think that you're being called to not force a change to happen because you feel like it's high time for a change to happen, but instead you're being called to wait for, divine timing in the universe to like hand you like the perfect opportunity to change something in your life, instead of just sort of forcing a change to occur because you feel antsy. But okay, let's see, what other messages does pile number one's spirit guides have for them? Ooh, Two of Cups, that's beautiful. So I mean, Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So yeah, for a lot of people this could relate to relationships and friendships, and just, yeah, relationships in general. So it could be that maybe it could be an energy. This is specific for some people too. Maybe you're feeling a little bored socially. You want to go out and you want to do something. And maybe you have two different sets of friends. Maybe you have one set of friends that's like, they, they're the ones that like, maybe you have fun with them, but they're not a great group of friends. Like maybe they're the people that you go out and get drunk with and party with, but they're not going to stay by you when you're drunk. They're going to just like leave and go off and have fun by themselves with a stranger or something, and abandon you. So they're not very loyal. But then you have another group of friends where maybe you do less like exciting, chaotic things, but maybe you do more wholesome things. Like you have picnics together, you do puzzles together, and maybe it's like you were feeling bored and you were choosing between which one of these friend groups should I hang out with. And I mean, I think definitely like what your spirit guides are telling you is that the friend group that is going to make you feel the most loved and the best, and like, look at that little kitten just like rubbing up against their like legs. That's so cute. Look at how beautifully they're like hugging each other, and then the kitten just rubbing up against them. So yeah, I think that, I mean, like right now it's like you're being called to surround yourself with love and surround yourself with people that make you feel loved in a childlike, unconditional, lighthearted, judgment-free way. So it's interesting because a little bit of a contradictory message, you're supposed to, you should be doing things that are making you feel fun or making you feel excited about life. And I think that right now you're definitely doing that to a degree, but I think that maybe right now you're doing that in a way, in not as wholesome of a way as you're supposed to. So maybe right now you're hanging out with a group of friends that is a little more fun and chaotic but less loyal, and you're being told by your spirit guides, you should try hanging out with the friends that are really loyal to you, because I think that it'll hang out with them. Maybe it won't be as fun and exciting of a night, but it'll make you feel better than that fun, exciting night would, because you'd feel so loved and you'd feel like you have your little community afterwards, or you'd be like revalidated in the fact that you have your own little community. But I think also, so for a lot of you guys, yeah, it could be that there is a relationship that's coming in after, a wholesome, beautiful soulmate bond type. It could be a friendship, or it could be like a romantic relationship that's coming in after a lot of just sort of less than ideal people. Maybe just people who were they were either a little too fun and not genuine enough, or they were maybe a little too nice and not like fun enough of a person. But there's someone coming in who is going to be very much like the right mix of things, so to speak. Let's see, what other messages do we have for pile number 2 from their spirit guides? Ooh, these 2 cards. So we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Nine of Pentacles. That's beautiful. So I think that definitely there's an opportunity that is coming your way. So see, this is probably, the next change that's occurring. So that's also why you're really being called to, oh my gosh, you cannot see with the glare of the light, but, oh, you still can't see this poor Ace of Swords. Okay, anyway, you can see right there. But, this is so funny. This is such a silly looking spread. I'll put the penguin right there in the light. There you go, penguin. But, so yeah, you're being called to, like, sort of, don't don't try to create a pentacle for yourself. So, because you may be feeling a little stagnant, either right now or in the near future. So whenever you feel stagnant, instead of like making your own pentacle, like to change your circumstances yourself, you are being called to wait it out just a little bit, because an opportunity is definitely going to be coming your way with the Ace of Swords. I think that it's probably going to be something little, probably going to be something small, but it's going to be something that is going to lead to abundance. It is going to lead to a change, and it's going to lead to a change that will sort of revalidate, reinstate, reinforce to you that the stagnancy isn't bad. Stagnancy is just, or stillness is just you sort of like preparing everything, getting your ducks in a row, solidifying your foundation where you're at so that you have the stability to move forward and create change when you feel called to. So there is like a beautiful message that it's like you are either in right now, or you're coming into a period of your life where you are feeling a little still and stagnant, but that's just because you've newly sort of curated a life for yourself. You made a lot of changes in your life recently, a lot of little changes that just sort of gave your life in general an overall energetic cleanse and upgrade and redo, remodel, revamp. So many words to use. But and so now you're just sort of in the energy of, getting used to that newness and getting comfortable in it and getting secure and stable in it, and just sort of like being this Nine of Pentacles always gives an Empress energy. Like, you're in the Empress energy right now. Like, you're in this energy of just like cultivating all of these things in this stable life that you've created for yourself. And then when you do this and you feel a little stagnant, don't just go off and for one really like, drastic example, don't just go off and like party and do drugs and stuff because you want to have fun to fill the time. Instead, maybe, like actually engage in hobbies that, actually fulfill you, instead of escapist things that just pass the time. And then I think if you do that, I mean, regardless, time is going to pass. So even if you choose, the more karmic type things, like, you have free will, you may do what you want, of course. But I think that, yeah, regardless, time will pass, and, you will, but yeah, time will pass probably quicker if you surround yourself with family type energy and like the community type energy, or just hobbies and passions that make you feel creative and childlike again. But yeah, if you do that, enough time will pass and then you will be presented with some little opportunity. You'll I mean, and it's not gonna be like an outright opportunity. It's gonna be just like a little insight, a little glimpse of change is going to occur. A little like a little snowball is going to be formed, and then eventually it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you'll feel your life really starting to pick up and change pace again, and you'll really start to you'll start to just birth even like newer things, more things, different things. So this is giving me the energy of, like, for example, if you're feeling super stagnant in your life, and then you like pass the time, have fun with your friends, go hang out with your wholesome group of friends, go hang out with your family members you haven't seen in a while, and you just sort of don't really like how stagnant your life is, and then all of a sudden, like, you find out that your friend has another mutual friend who's moving to the area, and so you're like, oh, I am now going to have like a new mutual friend to hang out with, and they start hanging out with you and your friends eventually once they move there officially, and then like maybe that's someone that you become really good friends with. For a select few of you, this is super random. Maybe it's someone that you go into a relationship with, or maybe it's just someone you become really close friends with, and someone that introduces you to their close group of friends, and you have this whole new community now. So it's something like that. But I mean, yeah, so that could be in so many different things too. It could be like career, maybe someone just approaches you. They're like, hey, I have this business idea. Would you be interested in it? And you're like, yeah, sure, like I'll invest or something, or I'll look into it. And then, you do, and then like eventually down the line it becomes like a major like source of income for you, or like it becomes your career or something. But yeah, so let's see. I'm going to oh yeah, okay, so I'm gonna get some advice from you guys. Let's get some advice for pile number 2. Some advice for pile number 2 from their spirit guides. Some advice for pile number 2 spirit guides. And then I'm gonna get some Scrabble letters with some messages, and then that'll be all. So spirit number 2. Pile number 2 spirit guides. What's some advice for pile number 2? What's some advice for pile number 2? I do love it, honestly, when cards take a while to come out, because it makes them feel a lot more important when they do come out. Let's see, so messages, advice for pile number 2 from their spirit guides. That one tried to, but it didn't. Ooh, and this one shot out. Morning, the world awaits you. Wow, that's beautiful. So this is the energy that you're gonna be in, or this is the energy that you are really being called to step into. And so, I think it's hard for anyone to curate this sort of energy of, feeling like the world awaits you when you actually just feel like you're going through the motions. Every day is the same. You're a slave to your job and blah, 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 and it's hard to not ever feel that way, because that is the reality for so many people. Like, reality is you just have to go to work and, work really hard to afford a living, to afford to be exhausted in your free time, But, so you're being called, though, to really try to find joy in the things that you can, like pure, childlike, true joy, not just like excitement or thrill or you know, something to pass the time, but like true, genuine fulfillment and joy. And then I think that, you know, in doing that, in trying to force yourself into this energy of feeling like the world awaits you, eventually time will pass and you will be given real reason to feel this way, to feel like the world awaits you. Because I feel like right now you've already probably been through, you know, definitely at least one big tower moment in your life. And it could be a tower moment that was made up of a bunch of little tower moments. But again, there's some energy of your life has been revamped recently. And I think that it was easy for you to feel like the world awaits you back then when you were in the process of revamping your life, but now I feel like it's a little harder because you're in you're in stagnant energy again. But I mean, I think that once you try to find the joy in life again, you're going to be given opportunities to revamp your life in new little ways, and it's going to re-show you that the world is your oyster, that you can make change happen whenever you want to. And it is going to be that energy too. Like, you shouldn't force situations to be right when they're not right, but it is an energy of you consciously manifesting this change because you don't want to just be stagnant. And so, you know, you're being called to, you know, so for example, if you feel really stagnant in the area of like relationships, instead of like going out, finding someone on Tinder and deciding that they're the one for you, you're being called to like consciously just, you know, manifest the type of person that you want and maybe be receptive to other people's energy, put yourself out there, but have boundaries and understand, you know, when someone is not what you're looking for in a partner, and that when maybe you are just attached to them because you want to find someone quickly. But so yeah, there's an energy of also like the world does await you. You are a powerful manifester, so you are sort of co-creating things. And you co-created this change with the universe. You told the universe that you were bored, and so the universe, as you were, you know, really like sort of building your pentacles, like, you know, like building a solid foundation for yourself, self-sufficiency and independence, you know, in the stillness that you were experiencing, the universe was creating an opportunity for change to bring you out of that, which is beautiful. All right, well, that's all of your tarot cards. Oh my gosh, I can't speak sometimes. But I'm going to now look really quickly at just some little Scrabble words to see if there are any other messages for you guys there. So let's see. So for pile, just crushing your little penguin. We're going to actually do it off camera. So for pile number 2, we're going to get last messages from your spirit guides. Alright. So let's see. Sorry, my foot's asleep. Let's see, what letters do we have? Ga. Ga. Yeah. Let's see. What was that? I think that is a little bit reminiscent of the message about like you guys could potentially be meeting a partner or just someone that you're very gushy with, someone that you just connect to in such like an emotional levels. You know, even if this is a friendship, this is the type of friend that you would just like hug and snuggle with all the time. Oh my gosh, I'm getting rats. So I think that okay, the energy that this is giving me is just like, you know, those silly little friendships you had when you were like in high school where you would like just call everyone a rat or something, or you'd be like, you're a rat. Like, I don't, can anyone else relate to that? I feel like in my high school, like, I just remember like girls like calling their friends rats or something. So that's the energy that's giving me. Again, it's just, I think that, yeah, you guys you're really being called, like, you're being called really to connect with the community of people that just make you feel so rejuvenated when you're done hanging out with them. And maybe they're not people that you hang out with all the time, but they're the people that, when you do see and when you have a good time with them, it is like just such a ray of sunlight in your life. Like, it just really does just like exponentially elevate your energy levels, and it just like it feels like a ray of sunshine when you hang out with them, when you're done with them. I can tell that you have people like this in your life, or that you're going to be coming across people like this in your life, and that's a beautiful message for you guys. Oh my gosh, there's like a little bug around. Okay, let's see. So let's see. Root. That's the nickname of one of my really close friends from childhood. And I mean, yeah, so it's like in our little friend group, we really did have this energy. And she's one specifically that I was thinking about. The energy when we hang out together, it's just like, especially we were childhood friends, we're just so comfortable with each other. Like, we know, when the other is probably like not feeling up to hanging out. We understand when they have to, cancel on plans. But they also, they know when you'll totally want to go hang out and do something with them. It's just such a carefree but also like stable and secure energy. It's like a reassuring energy. It's like they know you so well, and you guys both know each other so well, and it's just a comfortable energy, but also like very fun and fun-loving and funny. It's not just you're comfortable, but it's like you're thriving in that comfort. Let's see. Oh, so this is interesting. I'm getting Asian, so maybe some of you guys are Asian. Take what resonates. Or maybe like one of the really close people in your life is Asian. Interesting that came out, but because I was like, So I don't know. So I feel like something shun. I feel like something like vision, but we don't have V or another I. So, I mean tension, but we don't have E or N. That's not how you spell ocean. Asian. That's how I realized Asian was there. No, so not like that. Let's see. Ooh, we have sin. Maybe some of you guys are religious, or the people who are really close to you are religious. Int. Oh, rant. Yeah, so it's like, man, the people that you can vent to. Find the people that you can vent to. Surround yourself with those people. Gas. I don't know what that is. Maybe you guys need to check your cars, honestly. Maybe you guys need an oil change. I need to get my car checked recently, so maybe that's a message for you guys too. Oh, we have soon too. That's something that's coming out soon. So I think that you guys I think that both soon you're going to be experiencing some stagnation, but I think that if right now you're feeling stagnant, soon you'll be getting out of that energy. Soon. Let's see. hair. I think that you guys, maybe that would be a nice energy, you know, get your hair done. I think that that could be something that could help put you in like just a joyous, childlike energy. I always loved getting a haircut when I was little. I mean, it's just something that's like, you forget how like intense and like fresh and new it can make your life feel. Yeah, so it's like things like that, like even if it's just little things to like put you in the energy of like feeling like you're introducing new things to your life, you know? So it's like, try to make your life feel joyous and exciting where you can, but don't try to like bring in big drastic changes to your life just because you're feeling antsy. So it's like you can do things like change your hair to try and feel excited about life, but don't do things like quit your job because you don't like that you haven't gotten promoted in like the last year or something. We're getting goat too. So I think that some of you guys could be also really good in your job. And I think that that may be a change that's coming in. I think that it could potentially be some sort of like, the next big change that could be influencing your life could be some sort of, big career advancements. But okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna leave it for you guys, pile number 2. I think that went way long anyways. If you liked this reading, please do like, comment, but especially subscribe because if you resonated with this reading, I will most definitely be doing more readings and will be tapping into this same energy probably. So if you want to, you know, keep listening to readings that will probably resonate with you, please do subscribe so that you know when I post new ones. But I will see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. If you choose this little gorilla keychain guy, super cute, in the world, this is going to be your pile all about channeled messages from your spirit guides. So, right off the bat, we have the world, and the little blurb here says overseas trip, money, luck, world in the palm of your hand, new opportunities. So this is interesting because usually the world card, well, normally tarot cards don't have like little blurbs clarifying the energy at the bottom. And normally the world card speaks about completion and cycles and things sort of like coming. It gives me the energy of, you know, the world, like the world's orbit, the Earth's orbit around the sun, you know, like it goes around and then it goes in orbit and then in the circular motion and then it completes it. And so that's the energy the world normally gives me of completion, but this world seems more to be, you know, like the world is in the palm of your hand, which it says the world's in the palm of your hand. It makes it feel like this is more saying you're going to be coming across abundance, and this is the energy that you're currently in. So I think that you do probably feel like the world's in the palm of your hands, or I think that you're just probably in a very prosperous, exciting time in your life. Maybe a time where you are going on a lot of trips, or a time where you do just find like you do have a lot of luck on your side. You find yourself coming into a lot of money and having the ability to, you know, spend a lot of money and on new experiences especially, and it says new opportunities. So I mean, I'm super excited. Let's see what cards come out, because I mean that's an exciting energy. And I mean, so if that's the energy that you're in now, I mean, yeah, I'm just eager to know if that's something that you're going to be looking forward to, or if you're sort of already feeling pretty abundant. I mean, I'm getting that right now you're definitely still, you are in that world type energy, or at least, honestly, I think right now probably you've completed a lot of cycles. Maybe you're in a little bit more of the traditional world type energy. It could be, yeah, that you've completed a lot of cycles, you've learned some lessons, you've recently Maybe you've recently cut off some people, maybe you've recently left a job, started a new hobby. I think that you're just, you made some sort of little change in your life to shake up the energy and to also prove that you learned some sort of lesson, so maybe you needed to learn a lesson about having boundaries, and so you recently made the change of not always saying yes when people ask you for a favor or ask you to hang out. Maybe, but yeah, so there's some sort of completion. It could be some sort of, you realized a career path that you're interested in, and now you're sort of taking steps to enter that career path. And so, like, in that sense, the completion would be you completed the cycle of shutting down whatever career path it is that you had to leave to go and start this venture in a new career path. But so let's see, what does pile 1's spirit guides, not pile 1, pile 3's spirit guides want to tell them? What does pile 3's spirit guides want them to know? What messages do they have for pile 3? So we have, interesting, so we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I think that, right, potentially, here, let's get a clarifying energy for this card, actually, before I speak. Let's get a clarifier for the Four of Pentacles. I'm actually going to, no, I'll take that card. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna take it, but no, I think it does fit. But so, okay, so the Four of Pentacles, so actually the energy that I'm getting is I'm thinking that maybe you guys are in the process of completing this cycle, or you are, needing to complete this cycle or close down this cycle. So there's something that you're holding on to a little too tightly. So maybe it is just an old way of doing things, an old way of existing. This could be something like maybe you have old friends that you sort of, old friends that maybe, you don't vibe with them the way that you used to. Like you've grown, you guys are a little different, but you don't really want to let go of them. You don't want to find new friends. These are the only people that you've really ever known, or these are the people that you're just so comfortable with. There's an energy of like, no, I'm not going to not be friends with them anymore. Like nothing drastic happened, It would be one thing, I feel like, if this one of these friends like just drastically did something mean to you, then you would be like, yeah, okay, I'll cut them off. But it's an energy of like, no, they're just simply like not aligned with you. Maybe they talk a little too much smack about people. Maybe they're just a little too immature, a little too petty. Maybe they just bring down your vibe a little bit, but it's like you don't feel like not like letting go of them. You don't feel like going through the process of not being connected to them anymore, because you don't have to want to replace them. But you're being called to understand that it's not even that you have to let go of this thing, or it's not that you have to release it. It's just you have to let go of your tight, firm grasp on it. So, I think that whatever it is that's, that's in your life, it is sort of like a cycle type energy. So I think that there's something in your life that's probably been in your life for a little bit. It's something you're comfortable with, something that you're used to. But I think that you've been growing as a person. You've been turning into this King of Cups, this emotionally mature person. And so I think that you sort of have grown past this energy. You're just sort of, you're not aligned with it anymore, you're just a different person now. The type of person who doesn't really need this energy. You need a different energy. And I think that all you're being called or asked to do is just simply, all you really have to do is loosen your grip on it, Just be open to being open to understanding that this connection, or whatever it is that you're holding on to, could be like a job, or could be, maybe a program that you're in, your major or something, or it could be a person, or a relationship that you're in, but it's something that's been in your life for a little bit, that something you're used to, but something that you've outgrown at this point, honestly. And yeah, all you need to do really is you need to just loosen your grip on it, so that the universe can sort of, like, I don't know, it's like loosen your grip on it, and then the universe will seamlessly just sort of replace it with something else, like slip it out of your hands and then slip something new into your hands. Because, like, once again, like, the energy that this is giving me right now is this is giving me the energy of, like, the traditional world card, so the needing for, like, completion of that cycle. But I'm feeling like what's at the end of this, once you loosen your grip a little bit on what you're holding so tightly onto, what's at the end of this is this world card. So, the overseas trip, money, luck, world in the palm of your hand, new opportunities. So I think that there's something in your life that you need to close the cycle with. I don't even think this is something like a pattern. I don't think this is like, a pattern of things that you need to close out and learn the lesson from officially. I feel like this is more so something that you've outgrown, something that's like currently like a circle that's just opened just a little bit, and you just need to make the final completion, make the final 360 all the way around the circle, so that like this thing's time in your life can officially be up. Because yeah, it's just you've simply outgrown it, and like there are just a lot more things that are being ready to be given to you. This Four of Pentacles, for some reason, it's also giving me the energy of the Six of Pentacles. I feel like that's what's soon afterwards. I feel like once you do loosen your grip, you will have someone there to just immediately bring you more pentacles and give you even more things. Yeah, I am noticing, see, the King of Cups just sort of, his cup is just like spilt, it just tilted over, spilling out. So yeah, it's just give this connection in your life the opportunity to slip out of your grasp if it feels so inclined. So I mean, if these are friends that you don't really jive with that well anymore, it's like maybe just stop inviting them to hang out so much. And then I'm really getting the energy, stop inviting them to hang out that much. And then in your new free time, maybe you'll go out, do something by yourself, and then just randomly meet a person doing something that you love, and so that person has that hobby in common with you, and then you guys bond over that hobby, and you find a new, like, super close best friend that also like shares the same interest as you. So that's like the energy that it's giving me. You're gonna get so this King of Cups was definitely meant to clarify the Four of Pentacles. But let's get some more cards. Alright, pile 3's spirit guides. What does pile 3's spirit guides want them to know? What are some channeled messages for Spirit 3 from their spirit guides? Queen of Wands. Yeah, so you're gonna make things happen for yourself. I think that your creativity could really benefit you right now. I think that there could be ways that you enjoy being creative that maybe you feel a little insecure about. Maybe you feel like you're not that great at these things. So this could be something like, maybe you write songs, or maybe you write poems, or maybe you you know, are like an amateur artist or something, but maybe it's like a great way for you to emotionally express yourself, but maybe you are a little insecure because you don't think you're that good at it, so you don't like doing it that much. But I think that that could be something that could really help you right now. I think that that could be something, it could be something that can help you express emotions, that the emotions that are causing you to hold so tightly onto these things. So, you know, if this is something like, you know, you're outgrowing a friendship, then this is something like, you know, you could, and you're an amateur songwriter, then maybe, you know, right now, um, you're you're being called to really try and like step into that songwriting ability. And I think that whatever you do produce is going to be riddled with the emotions of outgrowing this friendship. If this is like a career change, then I think it's going to be, you know, for example, if you're like an amateur sculptor, then maybe like your sculpture is going to have some sort of just the energy and the emotion that you put into creating the sculpture is going to be that of the energy that you have of, you know, changing your career. You know, it's just you're both the tight grip that you hold on this thing, it's like you're going to be able to heal your connection, your like karmic ego based connection to this thing through your creative pursuits, you know? So even if this is something like you love to exercise or you love like to run and listen to music, it's like, and that is what brings you like creative sacral chakra joy. It's like if you do that, then the process of doing that is going to help you, it's going to help you heal um this attachment, and it's going to help you detach from this thing. It's going to help you remain sort of like grounded in your own energy and remember the things that bring you just sort of intrinsic joy and innate happiness. And it's going to help you like dislodge yourself from connections that aren't bringing you that sort of joy and happiness. So that's a beautiful message. That's a beautiful message that's coming out. Yeah, I mean, it's something like, you know, even if this isn't literally, you know, this isn't literally you painting a picture of your struggles. This isn't you, like, literally, if you're changing jobs, this isn't you sculpting a sculpture of your new job. You know, this is you just the process of you forming the sculpture, molding the clay and everything, forming it, like mushing it together and everything. The process of you doing that is just so emotionally healing for you because you're just so in tune with that process. It's just something that is innately emotionally healing for you as a vessel. And then in this situation, especially, I think that you're just going to be very aware of the healing energy that this creative pursuit is bringing to you, and it will help you. It will help you remain grounded in things and interests and connections that are truly aligned with you, because whatever this creative pursuit is something that is currently aligned with you. And so, really putting yourself in the energy of creating in a way that you're aligned with is going to help you realize and detect energies that you're not aligned with. You know, this is, for example, you know, if you're a painter and you feel really connected to painting, then maybe, you know, it's going to feel really wrong or weird if you try, like, just, like, drawing with, like, pencils or something. You're not going to feel aligned with that the way that you feel aligned with painting. And so it's like, by interacting with this creative pursuit you're in line with, it's going to really solidify to you that this other connection in your life that you're holding so closely onto is not aligned with you. So let's get some more cards. Put this back right there. Let's get some more cards about pile 1. What channeled messages pile 1's. So 4 of Cups, interesting. You have the 4 of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So 444 could be a synchronicity for you guys from your spirit guides, especially to probably remember the messages from this reading, especially the messages, to not hold so tightly onto things. In general, there's the message of don't hold tightly onto anything, because if this is something that is meant to be in your life, you're not gonna need to hold tightly onto it for it to be there. And there is also an energy of, the tighter you hold on to something, the more of a lack mindset you sort of assume you have, So it's almost like a positive feedback loop where the tighter you hold on to something is going to make you think the more desperate you are for that thing. And then because you think that you're desperate, you're going to hold even tighter onto it. And then you see yourself holding even more tighter onto it. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm even more desperate for this thing. I really need it then. And so it's going to be just getting worse and worse and worse. And you're just being called to really take a step back and remember, don't hold tightly onto things, like things that are meant for you will stay here for you. Things that are not meant for you will slip away. And I think that it will be an uncomfortable process when things do inevitably slip away from you and dislodge. But I mean, it is inevitable. And I think that eventually you will reach the energy where you'll be this person, you'll be the one dumping out things yourself. I mean, so these are both fours, but this is a beautiful energy because in this one, you are holding too tightly onto something. But then in this card, you are willingly dumping something out. And I mean, they're almost contradictory, opposite messages, because in this one, it's you're holding too tightly onto something that you should be letting go of. And in this one, it's you are letting go of something and maybe not realizing the potential that it had. So, I mean, you're also being called to just sort of like maintain a balance in your life. I think that there are definitely things that you are supposed to be letting go of right now, but there are also supposed to be things that you are supposed to hold on to, You do have passions and interests, and even if they're passions and interests that you don't feel in the mood for doing now, I think that they're not necessarily something that's not aligned with you. So I think that you're still aligned with these things, and so you shouldn't be so quick to discredit how important things like creativity or hobbies or just like going on walks by yourself is to you. You shouldn't discredit that. And you shouldn't be quick to say, oh, that's an energy I can cut off in my life. No, like those are little things that are really important to you. So let's see. Actually, I'm gonna get a clarifier for this Four of Cups. I want to get a clarifier for this Four of Cups. So we got the King of Wands, so that's a beautiful energy. So, yeah, wow. So, I mean, this perfectly talks about, the balance that I was feeling with this Four of Cups and Four of Pentacles. So there's a balance that you need to reach between holding tightly onto things and being so ready to dump things out. And it's mirrored in this Queen of Wands and then the King of Wands right here. So we have a match, we have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the King of Wands. So balance is able to be obtained. You will obtain this balance. You will complete this cycle. You will let go of this thing. Eventually your grasp will loosen and this circle will complete, and this pentacle will just sort of fall out of your hand. And then I think that the universe will give you something to replace it very quickly, and you just need to make sure that you are in the energy of holding tightly onto it and not turning it over and dumping it out. Because look at how this King of Cups is also dumping out his cup. You're being called to sort of be the King of Wands, and look at him holding this little lizard guy in his hand. You're being called to be the King of Wands and to really also have a steady hand, to have balance and maintain balance, and to create things for yourself and to hold tightly onto them as well. And so also, you are the Queen of Wands, or you have the Queen of Wands energy right now. And I think that the energy that you need to work on a little bit is the King of Wands. So there is this energy that you have so much potential within you. This is beautiful because this is like, divine counterpart type energy, but I'm not really getting these cards in a relationship type way. I don't think that they're, referencing a relationship. I think that this is referencing energy that you have like within you. So it's like you are your own divine counterpart or something like that, like you, and not to say that you don't have another actual divine counterpart, but it's like you have like yin and yang energy within you. So it's like you are all that you need, you don't need to hold so tightly onto this thing, because this thing is not going to give you this thing isn't what's giving you the emotional fulfillment that you think it is. This thing isn't completing you, or this thing isn't making you the person that you think you are. I think that there is some aspect of like your identity is just so closely linked to whatever this thing is, or it's like your sense of self is closely linked to it. And I think that you're being called to realize that you are whoever you are in any given moment. You are nothing, you are not anything external or anything outside of yourself. You are the energy that you create yourself to be. And so I think that, you need to realize also that you don't need to have this lack mindset. You don't need to feel desperation. It's not like if you let go of this friendship, let go of this relationship, let go of this career, that you're never going to find anything else to replace it. I think that you will realize the universe will show to you, your spirit guides will show to you very quickly that you have this King of Wands within you, and this ability to like create more cups, this ability to have opportunities manifest before you. And I think the only thing is that before you weren't stepped into your King of Wands energy yet. You were still only in the Queen of Wands, where, you had a lot of like emotional, creative abundance within you, but you were just sort of lacked the control and maturity to be able to really like wrangle it, and to channel it effectively. But I think that now you're realizing you can sort of you're realizing your ability to channel your manifesting powers, or you're realizing your ability to manifest options for yourself. And because you sort of healed that lack mindset where you sort of desperately clung on to things because you were afraid of nothing being there to replace them, when you healed that, that's when you sort of able to manifest cups for yourself that you do not want to turn over. Wow, such interesting energy is coming out. Yeah. Let's see if any other cards want to come out for pile number one. Number three. Pile number three's spirit guides. What do they want them to know? What do pile number three's spirit guides want them to know? I'm trying to get this out of the glare. That works, kinda. Yeah, that works. But yeah, okay, so pile number three, what are their spirit guides? What else do their spirit guides want them to know? Yeah, you have this. You're going to manifest new. I mean, it's beautiful too. I'm just noticing now you have the King of Wands and the King of Cups, two energies to clarify. And then right here in the middle is the Queen of Wands. That is just such powerful energy. You have both very strong feminine and masculine aspects of you, and I think that your power really does lay in healing both of those aspects. And so I think that that's sort of what you're in the process of doing. That's what's coming up for you, and that's very exciting, because I mean, I think that you are going to be like the magician when you're done healing these aspects of yourself. You are going to be a master manifester. You're going to be someone who is able to just so clearly understand what energy is meant for them, and then attune to it and bring it in for themselves. Let's see, what other messages does pile number 3 spirit guides have for them? 9 of Pentacles. So another pile had this card. I forget which one. I think pile 2. But yeah, so this is abundance. This is just pure absolute abundance. I mean, so like, I think this is like the energy. This is like this. So this is giving me the energy of like the Queen of Cups and the Empress, and you know, combined with the Queen of Wands too. So this card is just sort of reiterating the fact that you have so much potential within you, and that you have the potential to birth so many things of you, like your own free will too, you know, like intentionally birthing things. This isn't just you becoming a super lucky person who has things given to you. This is you becoming the type of person who's able to consciously think about what you want and then bring that about like very quickly and easily. And I think this card is here to just reiterate the fact that you are currently in the process of merging together your Queen of Wands and King of Wands to create your sort of cohesive yin-yang energy. And once you're able to do that, and once you heal that, and also, you know, at the same time, release your grip on the old patterns of the past that you hold so tightly onto, as you release your grip on that, and also, you know, heal and step into your King of Wands, Queen of Wands joint energy, you will just become this master manifester who is able to intentionally derive things in their life. You're able to just make things magically appear. And this, it is still the energy of like, you know, you'll be at the 9 of Pentacles, you know, you'll be able to make things happen, or like you'll be the 9 of Pentacles, but then like you'll be able to birth that singular extra pentacle to make it the 10 of Pentacles, to create the 10 of Pentacles for yourself. You know, you're gonna be an energy. Your Queen of Wands and King of Wands are going to merge together to make you the 9 of Pentacles Empress type energy. And then from that energy, you're just going to be able to, you know, birth your 10 of Pentacles with such ease. So these are some very nice cards for you. So we're going to now just get some, we're going to get some advice. We're going to get some advice for you guys. And then we're going to look at some Scrabble messages. So let's see, advice for pile number 3. Advice for pile number 3 from their spirit guides. Advice for pile number 3 from their spirit guides. Fill in, you can always rewrite this story. So I think that this is just, yeah, this is just talking about, you know, whatever it is that you're clinging on to. Your advice is, you know, you don't have to have friends that you don't really have, like, you don't have to have friends that you have anything less than a great time with. you don't need to be in a relationship with someone who treats you any less than perfectly. You don't need to have a career that makes you feel any less than fulfilled. Yeah. I think this also is just saying that like inevitably the story will be rewritten. This cycle will be completed. You will, the old ways of the past will just inevitably wash away. Look at the water. They'll inevitably wash away regardless of, whether or not you are in control of that or not, because they are the old ways of the past, and so it is just sort of incompatible with you. And I think that, you're definitely being called to sort of take control of it where you feel able to. So try to take control and release past energies that you've outgrown as much as you're able to, as much as you're willing to, as much as you feel comfortable with. I'm also being called just randomly to the little music notes right here. So I think that that's just, again, the advice of connecting with that creative side of you, especially music. You guys could really enjoy music and have messages through music, especially from your spirit guides. So I think that that could be, reconnecting to something like music is something that could help you, like just for example, when you listen to just like a great song that's about like, a terrible relationship, and you're like, oh, that is a terrible person, and you're like, oh, this person in my life is just like that now, and you're right, Taylor Swift, they are a terrible person. And it's just like sort of like listening to music can sort of like validate your feelings almost sometimes when the song's like about those feelings. So it's an energy of like that, like these things can help you vocalize and realize things that you're already feeling, but maybe, listening to a song about it or reading a book about it can help you put words to your feelings. So let's see, what other advice do we have for pile number 3? What other advice do we have? We have Feather. Think first before you judge. This card comes out all the time. Oh my god, this is the first time I noticed that they were literally like doing a seance with this girl in the middle. I swear to god, I see this card all the time. I never noticed that. I always thought this was just 3 girls. And that is so funny because the card says think first before you judge, and I literally thought that I knew what this card was, and I obviously had not even really studied it that hard. That is actually too funny. So yeah, I mean, your advice is to just not assume things, to take things as they come and to take things as they prove themselves to you. So don't assume that just because you've been friends with these people forever that they're meant to be in your life for the rest of forever. Don't assume that, and also similarly, don't assume that just because you broke up with this person and the next day this other random person hit you up, don't assume that they're the new perfect person for you, just because they hit you up right after you became available again. Again, there is that message of like, don't be too hasty, don't be too ready to like grab on tightly, but also don't be too ready to like let go. So like so find the balance, don't just like, don't flippantly break up with people, but also don't flippantly like come into union with people. And I think that, so like, if this is, I mean, it could also be that maybe you guys have old friendships that are like true and good and still wonderful to this day, like obviously don't cut off those people, or even just spend less time with the old friendships and friendships that you've had for a long time where you guys have sort of like grown in different, almost incompatible ways. But yeah, definitely like you need to think a lot about I think your attachments to things and why, and also reflect on the energy that they bring you. So like reflect on how you feel after you hang out with these people. Reflect on how you feel after you come back from your job. And then, maybe think about, how you should feel. Maybe ask other people how they feel when they come back from their job, when they come back from hanging out with their friends. Maybe you'll realize, I think that I deserve better. We'll see if any other card wants to come out. So we have Feast, slow down and celebrate yourself. So this is a card I don't get often. So yeah, there isn't. Okay, so this is a nice, beautiful, separate message. So, there's a message where it's like while you're in the process of dislodging yourself from holding so tightly onto this thing, and then also, picking up a new cup to go and look at, there's an energy of, yeah, you should just sort of slow down and just focus on your own energy. Just focus on you and how you feel. I think, yeah, this also is just really calling you to take note of your internal states and to take note of how different things make you feel, because ultimately, what we're supposed to do and the paths that we're supposed to take and go on, they're supposed to be the things that make us feel the best. Not just right now, but also in the long term. So you're being called to just really look inside, be in an insular hermit type energy almost, where you just think about, how does this person make me feel? What do I want out of a relationship? What am I looking for? How does it even just make me feel when I socialize with people this much? How does it make me feel when I go to work for this long? It's something about like, learn your boundaries, learn your limits, learn what makes you feel good, because yeah, at every moment we're just trying to do whatever makes us feel the best in that moment. And so you're really being called to think about like, how does this relationship make me feel right now, but also how do I think it'll make me feel in the long term? How has it made me feel historically in the past? And so there's a lot of, you should be there's a lot of passionate energy that you already have within you. Maybe a lot of, passionate energy that's like untapped potential almost. But I think that you're being called to embody sort of like the wise wisdom, almost like emperor type energy that I don't think comes that, or King of Swords type energy, that I don't think comes naturally to you per se, but is an energy that is definitely very beneficial to you right now. I don't think that you're naturally a very logical person, but I think that right now something like, logic could really help you just sort of deduce what things are worth holding on to and what things are worth letting go of. But yeah, that's what I have. So that's what I have for your tarot and oracle cards. But now we are actually going to get some Scrabble messages for you guys. So these are going to just be like additional. I'm going to try to get words from your spirit guides, but also these are just going to be, maybe even something like initials for you guys. Initials for you guys, like to confirm any messages. Let's see. Pile number 3. Messages from pile number 3 spirit guides. I'm closing my eyes, by the way. Ooh, we have the thing that's a blank letter. I love this one. And someone wrote Z on it. So that's very funny. So maybe you guys do have like a Z in your name or something. But wow, the blank letter. So I mean, I think this really is like, this is the world is your oyster energy. This is you have the world in the palm of your hands, which is the world card. So wow, that's a beautiful energy to have. I mean, it's quite literally, Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. That song is coming to me. That could have a message for you guys, or could be a synchronicity. But yeah, it's this energy of, I think that you will realize once you step out of your lack mindset, desperation energy, you will realize that you can quite easily manifest anything that you truly want. And it is going to take a little bit for you to get to that point, because you're going to need to be able to get to the point of understanding what it is that you do truly want, and also, getting out of that lack mindset, desperation mentality. But I mean, it takes a while to know what you want, because it takes a while to be able to understand the true depth and genuineness of your feelings. Because a lot of the times we're attached to things for ego-based karmic reasons, like maybe we're attached to a job for the money, attached to a relationship for codependency issues or validation things. But so it takes a while to be able to understand what you truly want. But I think once you do the healing and find that balance of the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, the balance of the letting go and holding on, you will definitely be able to manifest these things quite easily, because you're not going to need to feel the need to hold so tightly onto them. They're just going to sort of show up in your life and coexist beside you. What else do we have? So we're getting a lot of ease. You guys could have ease in your name. Another pile had a lot of ease too. Oh my gosh, this one also has a lot of eyes, which the other one did not have. Yeah, which again talks about like just the insular energy. A lot of eyes, but also E, which is reminding me of like eyeball, which is a little bit like the world. So the message that's coming through for me is like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the concept of the all-seeing eyeball from Ralph Waldo Emerson, but it's basically something that's like the concept that there's like this all-seeing, all-knowing eyeball that is just everywhere always, and it knows and sees everything. And that's interesting that energy is coming through, but I think that it's going to be something like, that's almost like, that's like your potential. I think that you're going to step into like the all-seeing eyeball energy when you find that balance. I think that it's going to be that you're almost going to have like a godlike presence like that, like you're going to have just the maturity and the ability to see things so clearly. You're going to see, what opportunities are meant for you and are, hold great, wonderful potential and excitement and happiness, when what opportunities hold maybe, a lot of turmoil and a lot of emotional insecurity. And you're just going to be able to, you're going to see everything. You're going to see all the opportunities, and you're going to see maybe opportunities that aren't even there, that you know that you can create for yourself. So interesting. Ooh, wow. So we have deal. This is so funny, but what's coming into mind? Running up that hill, deal with God, Kate Bush. Of course, so popularized now because of Stranger Things. Been a fan for a while, but so yeah, that's so funny that that's coming up, because I was just talking about like the godlike energy of the all-seeing eyeball. So it is, that's what you're gonna feel like. You're gonna feel like you actually were Kate Bush and you were able to make a deal with God, because you are gonna be running up that hill, running up that building. And what else I'm getting is so funny. Diva. So I think that this could just be I think this is just like sort of referencing, I don't know, this is a funny energy. I think that this could be someone's spirit guide coming through, actually. I think that some of you guys could have a very sassy spirit guide, and it could be actually someone that you knew in this life that has passed on. Someone with a very saucy personality. Someone who has a lot of opinions and is very outspoken and outgoing. You know, one of those people who's like, it's almost like you think that they're like a theater kid or something. It's like just someone who's, yeah, someone very funny, someone with a lot of spunk in them, a lot of personality. I'm getting oi, and what that's literally reminding me of. Oh my god, do we have it? No, we don't have Minoi, but it's reminding me of you know, that SpongeBob episode with like the evil SpongeBob that like started erasing him or something, or like the cartoon drawing SpongeBob that started erasing other SpongeBob or something. I forget, but yeah, it's reminding me of that for some reason. I don't know, maybe you guys watch SpongeBob, maybe that's a synchronicity or a sign for you guys, but I think that, yeah, so again, it's just balance type energy, you know, like needing to, like, it's yin and yang, having those two sides of you and needing to just find the balance of each other. Because eventually, you know, real SpongeBob had to just erase the fake SpongeBob because fake SpongeBob was getting evil and stuff. So I mean, there is just like a, you know, you have to lean into your energy, but you have to lean in only so much. You know, if once your little drawing turns just absolutely evil and starts ruining your life and trying to erase you, you need to erase him. You know, once you hold too tightly onto this thing and eventually that thing changes and is an energy that makes you uncomfortable, you need to let go of that thing. We have love. Your spirit guides love you. They love you and they're proud. They're proud of, you know, who you are and what you're doing, and they know that it's a little tough. Especially because, you know, you don't want to have to let go of these things. You don't want to have to let go of things that you're emotionally invested in. And they want you to know that they know that. They know that it's hard. And you know, I hope you don't feel like I'm attacking you or anything, you know? I think that this is simple advice. And this is advice that I know, you know, maybe you're not going to take. Maybe, you're gonna ignore this or, you know, scoff or something, but I mean, these are lessons that you're just simply going to learn because these are lessons that eventually everyone has to learn. And if you don't learn them, then you just sort of keep going through the cycles and you just keep holding on to things that aren't aligned with you. And eventually you just end up being in a friendship with people who make you uncomfortable. And then one day they say something that really just makes you snap, and it'll be a lot worse if you wait all the way until then. But so let's see, what else do we have? I was getting advice, but we don't have a C, but almost. I mean, we could pretend that one's a C. Advice. That's so funny. Meal. Yeah, like focus on your own energy, guys, really. I can tell also that the message, you know, this journey that your spirit guides wanted to just enlighten you about in this reading today, this journey is something that's going to be going on for a little bit. So this is not like a one and done type thing. I think that even if there is something currently right now that is obvious that you're holding on to, like an old friendship or an old job or like a program or something or a major, I think that there is probably also a bunch of other stuff in your life that you're also holding on to that you'll probably realize you'll need to sort of scoot out of your life. And so this is sort of a little bit of a long-term energy. So you know, it is going to be for the next, like the foreseeable future where you'll be sort of cutting off old things. But I mean, that's sort of exciting because that also means that in the near future, you're going to be presented with gradually with new things to replace those things. And so this is sort of like a steady, gradual energy of like things are you steadily release your grasp on things, and things are slowly brought to you by the universe. And so, like, little by little, your life starts to just change, and you just totally transmute the energy and of your life, and transform the energy of your life. And I think that you're being called to, while you do that, make sure that you elevate your quality of life as much as possible wherever you can. You're being called to step into just such self-care, self-love, ooey gooey, warm sun type energy for yourself, like, be your own, like, biggest romance. That's the energy that you're supposed to embody right now, because I think that that's going to help you, it'll help you feel excited about the potential of newness instead of upset about all of the things that you're leaving behind. But okay, pile number 3, that is what I have for you. If you resonated with this reading, feel free to like, comment, but especially subscribe, because if you resonated with this reading, I will be putting out more readings and will probably be tapping into your same energy again. So if you want to know when those readings are posted, the best way to do that is to just subscribe so that you get notified when I post a new one. But hope you have a very nice day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, guys.